Yes, these are all artists in Nigeria. Yes, I've come across with. Yes, I know all of them. All.
P-Square is even there.
Yes, yes. I've been playing music for about 37 years, recording. And I'm still playing, I'm still there. And these are the people that I've come across. Yeah, the old one, Roy Chicago, Bayo Martin, Celestine Uku, Stephen Amechi, Pasuma. Yes, yes.
Telling the story of the music industry in Nigeria will be incomplete without the mention of this man's contribution to the industry. My guest has won countless number of awards and accolades around the world, and he used to be formerly referred to as the Ozidi Master, but now he wishes to be referred to as Evangelist Sonny Okosuns. Good evening, sir.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's such a great privilege to sit with you.
Right from childhood, I was so very, very conscious about myself. I knew the taste of my mother's breast because it took me about 3-4 years to have another brother. Many times I remember my past. I know when I was in Enugu, I was a mass server. I served mass. And I wasn't very much involved with, church activities. I joined a couple of groups. And there was this national competition of a drama that whoever wins Nigeria will represent Nigeria in the Commonwealth Art Festival in London. Then when we finished the Enugu competition, the other group won, but they saw my talent was so much. Then they asked me to come and join their group from our group, from the Villagers, so Eastern Nigerian Theatre Group, and I joined. Then we came to Lagos to do national competition. All the groups from the whole country came to Lagos, and we won to represent Nigeria. Where the two plays were The Song of a Goat and The Masquerade by J.P. Clark. Then they said we had to represent Nigeria in Great Britain. I said, whoo, me. And that was 1965. So on the 13th of September 1965, we went to England. We staged our show in London, Scala Theatre, different theatres, and went to Blackpool, went to Glasgow, we went to Liverpool. We spent about 3 weeks in London, in Europe, in England. Then we came back. And we didn't have the intention of dropping, so I came back and formed the very first pop group in the East called the Postmen. Postmen.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yes, I formed the first pop group in the whole Eastern region. And that's when I was before the war. Then we had 2 men, one Australian who was our manager. He's now one of the biggest film directors in the world, Bruce Beresford. Then during the war, I was the last person. When Ojukwu said non-Igbo speaking people should leave, I think I was just 18 years old then. My parents left. Then they asked me to come with them. I said no. He said non-speaking Igbo. I said I speak Igbo. So I'm not the one. Then my parents left me. At the end, I was arrested. Yes, with my guitar. And they put me in detention, Ojukwu's detention, and they said I was a saboteur. I started laughing, say, saboteur? I'm not a soldier, they know me. But at the end, a girl who I knew, the commissioner of police then's daughter, reported the matter to the father. Then the father took the matter to Ojukwu. Then all the members of ENTV then, because that's where I started to play music, marched to Ojukwu and said, this boy is a musician. He's an entertainer, he's not a soldier. Then they took me to him. Then he asked me to, I said I really wanted to stay. The man said, well, somebody reported you, so your life is in danger. If you stay here, they will kill you. Why don't you go? After the war, then you can come back. I played the role of a beggar, in the very first episode of Village Headmaster. I have the photograph there. That's the only photograph that is remaining. I think he had, I gave him a copy of it.
You're really taking me into history because that was way before my time.
Then I worked with television for about 2 years before WIFO came in and said he needed a second guitarist. That's how I joined the WIFO. And when I joined the WIFO, we played around the whole country. And we also went to second All Negro Art Festival in Algeria. And we went to Algeria, we went to Rome, we went to London, and Paris. We performed and came back to Nigeria. Then I left the group. Then after Japan, then I left the group. I decided to form my own group, and that's when I formed the Paperback Limited first. After that, then I changed it to ZD.
Okay, so you've traveled around the world. You've been to several countries. You've been to Jamaica, to Germany, to Colombia. But which of these countries was actually your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Well, each country has something to talk about. Is it London? London has a history of its own. I was the first African to play Apollo Theatre.
I was at the Apollo Theatre this year.
Oh, yeah. The Apollo Theatre was, it was called the Soweto Day. That was, you can see the poster there, me. I had that album, Fire in Soweto, and it was really, really, really big. When Fire in Soweto broke through the whole world, everybody was talking about it. The first thing I did was to caution myself, was to train myself, not to be carried away. I've not been to South Africa. I don't know Soweto. I don't know Johannesburg. But in Namibia, they tried to make a Ziggy Marley to top the bill. Then that's when I saw this South African reggae singer, Lucky Dube. He came on, he was a young man, he said, where's Sonny Okosuns? He was asking me. I said, I'm Sonny Okosuns. He said, no, I'm expecting an old man. And then I said, no, I'm Sonny Okosuns. He said, you look young. Anyway, we performed. But one thing happened. When the rest people performed, they were on television. But when it got to my turn, they switched off the cameras, so that I would not be seen in South Africa. And at the time of Fire in Soweto and Holy Wars and Power to the People, when the Papa's Land, Fire in Soweto and Holy Wars, when they were released, and the ones to South Africa, they splashed it with red pen and marked it with a bad mark and said not to be sold in the territory of South Africa. Then I had this anti-apartheid crusade in New York Park, and that was on Soweto Day. It was really big. The park was jammed, that was that. Then I went to reggae festival in San Francisco. There are so many shows I attended. Then I had anti-apartheid shows in Yaba bus stop. That was really, really, really big. I had one in Yaba, had one in Ikeja, then had one in Canada, then went to the Caribbean, started having, promoting anti-apartheid. That was crusade.
There's this story I heard actually that when Nelson Mandela was released from prison, you never met him, or he never really acknowledged everything you did towards his release from prison. Is it true?
Well, I would say, yeah. Well, I was playing in Detroit. I came to Nigeria and we put up a big show in the stadium, and I performed for him. Then that evening, as I go home, I got a card, invitation card from our president now. He said I should come and help him welcome Mandela in the farm. I never met Obasanjo then. He wasn't the head of state this time. I called my wife. I said, this is an opportunity for me to go and meet everybody. Then I went with my guitar. I bought a gift. And we sat down. Then Baba, that's the president, said, Sonny, entertain us now. Then I took the guitar. Yaradua, Adefokbe, and Bank himself chorused the song. So that was the only time. Then I shook his hand. That was all. And Mandela was there. Then I heard Mandela was going to do his independence, birthday. And I learned he invited Michael Jackson.
About I know quite a lot of artists have done a remake of your works, but most notably was Onyeka Onwenu. I think that was probably our first single. Do you feel honored when this happens, or how exactly do you feel?
Well, I was in Zambia. No, I was in Kenya when Miriam Makeba sang. Then she brought out somebody, Miata Fambule, who was backup, and Miata Fambule sang a song. And Miriam Makeba said, yes, I'm going to hand over to this girl. After me, this girl is going to take over. Then I said to Mama, I said, no, Mama, you lie. We have singers in Nigeria. My wife's senior sister, Onyeka family, is related to the husband of my wife's sister. So then they say, we have a sister that sings. Oh, he say he wants you to listen to her cassette. They gave me a white cassette and her photograph. I said, oh, where is she? They say she's in New York working with the United Nations. Then I called her. We talked. I said, okay, I cannot do anything in America because it's very expensive, but sometime. But I held it. Then he came to Nigeria. I think it was 1980. Then he got in touch with me. That's when I said, okay, we're going to work. I told my recording company, I said, I want to produce a girl for the first time. And I want this girl to take over from Miriam Makeba. He said, hey, Sonny Okosuns, you've come. I said, yeah, that's exactly how I want it. Then I put her in the studio, wrote a couple of the songs, plus one that she brought from somewhere, and we arranged. All my studio time, I used it on her. Then when we recorded, then I said, okay, we have to go to London. I took her to Abbey Road Studio, the biggest studio in the world. Then took her to Abbey Road Studio, produced the album. She sang there. That was her first album. Then I shot the video in London and everything. I paid the bills. Then came to Nigeria, signed on with EMI, and released her. And that was all. So, but I thought she was going to take over because of her short hair. I liked it, and I was writing a second album, I said she's going to sing it. She's going to beat Miriam Makeba in that. At least that would change the situation. So by the time I was getting the album together, she already went and got somebody else to produce her. When I saw the video, she braided long hair with a champagne glass, sitting by a long car, Rolls Royce. Oh, I said, no, this girl has blown it, What I actually designed, I wanted her to come with African attire, typical, deep Nigerian, and that would have given her a class of its own. And I already told my producers Danny Sims and the rest of them, that I'm bringing a girl that's going to replace. That's how the whole thing ended, though.
I'm really getting exclusive stories here.